let's first jump into what the Bible tells us about this event that happened in world history. Genesis chapter 7. On that day, this is the day we talked about earlier when God said the world is corrupt and I'm going to destroy all life. He told Noah to go get an ark and put animals in it. On the day the flood came, on the day the waters came, all the fountains of the great deep were broken up. So this is a very important phrase here. The fountains of the great deep were broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened. So the global flood was not just about rain coming from the skies. Apparently there was a tremendous amount of water that was underground when God first created the world, and the fountains of the great deep were broken up. And the windows of heaven were opened, and the rain was on the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and the waters prevailed exceedingly on the earth, and all the high hills were covered. The waters prevailed 23 feet upward, and the mountains were covered. So what we're saying here is that the water from the great deep and the coming down was so high that it covered all the high hills and all the mountains by 23 feet beyond them. I know you're going, what? How do you cover the Himalayas 23 feet? We're going to find out. There weren't any Himalayas at this time. And all flesh died that moved on the earth. Birds and cattle and beasts and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth and every man. Only Noah and those who were with him in the ark remained alive. And the waters prevailed on the earth 150 days. All right, so this is just a summary. You can go through Genesis 7 and 8 and read all about it. But this is a summary of what was said. So let's pull out the bullet points, the important pieces of what the Bible has told us here, and let's see if we can evaluate it against what we see in the world today. First of all, there was a complete flood of the entire earth for 150 days. That's 5 months. If you read a little bit later, it took another 7 months for it to recede or go down. So the water comes up, it stays, and then it recedes, and it's over a year. Plus global volcanic and tectonic activity. Tectonic activity simply means the plates of the earth. You know, the earth has these plates, and they move, and we have fault lines. Anybody remember what a fault line is? My oldest daughter and I, Maddie, we were in Los Angeles in 2014 for the St. Patrick's Day earthquake. So I was there. I'd never experienced an earthquake before. It's like 6:30 in the morning, and I'm laying there, and this incredible sound. I thought somebody was breaking into the room, so I jump up, and I'm like, come on, let's do it. And all I see is everything looks like it's on Jell-O. Well, as we know, that's a fault line. We have plates in the earth. So the fountains of the great deep mean that the plates began to move, and the water that was under them, the high pressure water that was under them, started to come out. And then there was volcanic activity. What's volcanic activity? Come on, you deep thinkers, come on. Volcanoes. All right, so this is the kind of things that are implied here by this. Water above the mountains by 23 feet. All land animals, birds, and man were killed except for those on the ark. That's what the verses say. Now, you don't have to believe it. It's all right if you don't believe it, but this is what it says.